Hey guys, how's it going? Eminem Gaming here, and today we are back with another video. I haven't been uploading in a while, sorting out internet. Do apologise. Thank you for bearing with me and that sort of stuff. But let's get into this Uncharted 4 review. Beat it yesterday. Let's talk about it today. I just want to say, one, this is a spoiler-free review, so if you're still playing through the game, there is going to be no spoilers or, me talking about main characters who you might not know, Easter eggs, all that sort of stuff that you'd want to experience for yourself. And two, this is online trials gameplay. We will talk about the multiplayer and single player in this, but so there is no single player footage simply because I don't want to ruin the experience for you. So yeah, if you're worried about that, don't worry. And yeah, let's just get into this review. So first of all, I want to talk about the story. Obviously not in spoiler terms, but just, did I enjoy the story? Was it what I expected? Could it have been more? All that good stuff. So for me, I really like this story. I thought it was a lot darker, a lot deeper than previous Uncharted games. It definitely took a more serious tone to it. Even though it still had the humor that you love from from characters, laughing and making jokes and all that sort of stuff. It still had everything you love, the quick quims and all that sort of stuff, but at the same time it has a lot darker themes, and I personally loved that about the game. The story is actually very long. Now, bear in mind, I beat it on crushing my first playthrough, which is awesome that it's unlocked from the start. So, yeah, I beat it on crushing first time round. It took me around about 18 hours to beat, watching all the cutscenes and everything. Now, I will recommend, if you're thinking about getting this game, please watch all of the cutscenes. They really add a lot to this game. I know some people like to skip some of the cutscenes and whatnot. For me, you have to watch it in this because the game is just, it's really well put together in my opinion. It's a high production value. It's really well acted, and the main villains, there's two main villains, I won't spoil who they are or whatnot, but they absolutely nail their roles in this game. In my opinion, I think they really, were very well written, very well acted, and I thought they really made the game amazing. And in terms of story, hands down the best Uncharted. Particularly the main point that I think that they nailed in this game, that they've kind of, I guess, it's not been bad, certainly not. Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3 are some of my favourite ever games. So don't see this as me, angry at it or whatever. But they do have sometimes a problem with pacing. It'll be like maybe 30 seconds or a minute of, storytelling, and then it'll just completely switch. Do you know what I mean? He'll completely switch, and then it's all out, fighting, do you know what I mean, for the next 10, 20 minutes. Which is obviously what we love about Uncharted. But I feel in this game, they do, the fighting sections are a lot harder, in my opinion, particularly on crushing. Very, very difficult. There's a lot of mini fights in between, but I think that's good to build, the gameplay, in my opinion. I think it really, complements each other. Not only is it, big set pieces and everything, but it has a lot of smaller moments that, particularly The Last of Us, had a lot. And yeah, that's amazing. Now, I want to talk about something as well. The comparisons with The Last of Us. And there is a lot. And I think they learn. I think what they did is they took the best from Uncharted, the big set pieces, the joking around, the back and forth between characters that obviously we love, then added in parts from The Last of Us that I personally loved. The slower pace, the storytelling aspects, the building of characters, a buddy system where you're reliant on someone else to get to the other section. Now, obviously, it's an AI, but I think that's a really cool bit that they added, and yeah, I think it was awesome. Now, I want to talk about gameplay. In this game, I'd say it's a lot faster paced. In a lot of like Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3, the big set pieces, particularly Uncharted 2 with the train, you're climbing up. That in itself, you're really kind of only pressing up and X, you know what I mean? You're not really doing that much in it. But with this, you are playing every big set piece in the game, and that is, awesome. To do. So let's just say there's a big open area, and I've got to fight a ton of enemies. What I'll do is instead of just fighting them, standing up and fighting, I can swing onto someone, knock them out, take their gun in a fluid motion, shoot another player, slide down a hill, jump onto another bit of like rock, catch that. It's awesome how fast paced and fluid the movement systems are. Particularly, I noticed. Now, this is not the same game, and it's different and all that sort of stuff. But for example, Dying Light, I think what you really noticed about that game was the parkour was really well done. Now, obviously, this is not parkour. You're not running off buildings and that. But the movement in this game, the climbing, the swinging, the rolling, everything in this game is the perfect, in my opinion. It is absolutely perfect. You never get stuck in cover, which you have done in other Uncharted games. You never feel like the swinging's like a problem. In my opinion, I never had a problem with the swinging. The hills, never had a problem with jumping, and particularly something I have had a problem in every single Uncharted game, the climbing. I have not had a single problem with the climbing. That is very impressive because I am not very good at the climbing. So bear that in mind. Now, so yeah, the gameplay is fluid, and to me, I think it absolutely nails, better than any other game I've played, third person cover shooting. I think it nails it, and it really excites me for possibly the next Last of Us, because there was a few problems with the AI in The Last of Us. It wasn't terrible, it was actually really good. I just think there could have been a few improvements, and bear in mind that is my favourite game of all time, so, that was, it could have had a few improvements, that, a bit smarter AI. In this game, the AI is incredibly smart. If they see you, they won't just be like, oh, they'll say, oh, he's gone, but they'll be alert. They won't just continue on walking, like, oh, he's just gone, and just walk the other way. No, they'll patrol the whole area. They never really lose you, if that makes sense. You can't just then run in the same direction, particularly in the stealth sections. If they see you, they'll cover the section you could run into. So sometimes you had to restart a checkpoint because they just wouldn't move, and that adds a whole nother layer of difficulty to the game, and I think it's really well done. So the gameplay is absolutely perfect in this game. And it's amazing, in my opinion. Now, the reason I left this till sort of later on in the video was because I have quite a lot to say about it, and that is the graphics in this game. Oh my god. Now, I've seen a lot of people sort of angry or whatever, saying, oh, it's just the pretty skin with, it's the same old Uncharted with a pretty skin. That isn't the case in any sort of way, shape or form. That's why I said all about the whole, gameplay aspect first. But my god, are these graphics beautiful. I've got to say that without a shadow of a doubt. And you've got to take your hat off to Naughty Dog. We get shown a lot of trailers that look pretty and they look amazing, but when it actually comes down to it, the game's like, nah, it doesn't look that great. You know what I mean? Watch Dogs, The Division, they're pretty games, but they certainly weren't what they showed at E3 or whatnot. So hats off to Naughty Dog for actually making a game that not only looked like the E3 trailers, but actually is upgraded. And when you play it, you'll see the level of like density on the ground. You'll see a lot of different details on the ground. For example, like flowers and leaves and that sort of stuff that you just don't get in other games. You don't get that level of detail that you really do in this game. So that's amazing, and it it definitely has a ton of different environments. You go from the jungle to the snow to the rain to the mountains. It's raining, sunny, snowing. And I remember in Uncharted like 2, it was mainly the snow. They tried to use the snow. In Uncharted 3, it was the desert. Uncharted 1, it was the jungle. They kind of put all that in one in this game, and it's just so awesome to see. And I definitely think this was an absolute send off to Uncharted. Now, I'm not going to spoil the ending. I love the ending. Fantastic ending. My worries is, and this is not a terrible worry or whatever, I think they may have left it slightly open for another. I'm not going to go too much into it, but possibly another Uncharted, but without Nathan Drake or anything. Possibly a new character could take over. We know Sony, this is going to sell like absolute hotcakes. So the likelihood is they'll want to keep it alive. So I think there is a possibility from that. But in terms of the ending, fantastic. Really emotional. The music was very well done in this game, and really surprising because there was a new musician. If you didn't know, Uncharted 1, 2 and 3, I'm not sure about Golden Abyss, but I know Uncharted 1, 2 and 3 were done by the same composer. In this game, it was a completely different composer. I think he nailed it. There's a lot of different, instruments used in this game, and I think it was just very well done, very well put together, and I absolutely love the music. Now, that's the story aspect to the game. It was amazing. All I can say, it was absolutely amazing. I didn't expect it to go the way it did, but I'm so damn happy it did. I loved the game. There's so many references to other Naughty Dog games and previous Uncharted games. Even Golden Abyss is in there. You've got a little, you've got different sections where, I'm not going to spoil it, but, it's very hard to do without spoiling, but so many throwbacks. If you played Uncharted 1, 2 and 3 before this, you'll know. If you played other Naughty Dog games, not to go into details, but there's references to that, and it's just so amazing to see that it's just the complete game, in my opinion. The absolute complete game that all of us Uncharted fans would have wanted. But in terms of multiplayer, let's talk about it. Now, I'm going to be honest, I haven't played too much. My internet has been terrible, so I've kind of played the trials. I played a few matches. I've been leveling up, doing pretty well, but I haven't got fully into it, and I definitely am. I'm going to be doing live streams and all that good stuff. But yeah, I really love Uncharted. It's very much a fast pace. It's not the most hardcore multiplayer. Let's just be honest here. But it's one of those games that I can just play with someone and have fun and run around and look at the beautiful environments, shoot people, and I think it's really well put together. The maps are awesome. They have a pirate ship map, they've got like a mansion, there's tons of cars around it. They're really well put together and they look great. The awesome thing is as well, like they said, there's a ton of free multiplayer content coming very soon. As well as like few new guns and skins, taunts for for the season pass holders like myself. So yeah, I mean, I got to say about the taunts, very well done. I saw a lot of people asking for like, I don't even know what a lot of these dances are. Do you know what I'm saying? There's that. The Hot Light Bling one, like from the Drake song. I don't even know what it's called, but yeah, that dance. That's in there. I posted that on Twitter. Pretty funny. You got the dab and all that sort of stuff. And I've seen a lot of people ask for it as well. They have asked for it, and they've kind of put it in there because people have asked for it. So that's really awesome to see them actually listening to their fans. Different modes is about, I think, there's kind of like 4 different modes. There's the training one where you don't get a ton of RP or stuff because it's like just testing you out. It doesn't count your KD or anything. Then there's the team deathmatch, which is, as it says on the tin, team deathmatch. Kill other people, stay alive, you win the match. There's plunder, which is, I guess, sort of capture the flag, but with like a relic. So you've got a relic. You can actually knock people out with a relic, which is really funny. So you do that. That's an awesome game mode. And then finally, there's ranked TDM, which is just like you just kind of like divisions. So I haven't really got into that because again I haven't played that much of the online. But what you do is you kind of unlock like bronze, then silver, then gold. So you're going up in league. So for competitive Uncharted multiplayer, which I'm gonna try, see how far I can get because I love Uncharted. This will be my multiplayer game for the rest of the year. I've just been playing that single player, but yeah, everything I could have asked for from the game. So let's get into which is the score and should you buy it. And I'm also going to put into this, just because it's Uncharted, where does it rank against my previous Naughty Dog games, and where does it rank in the Uncharted series? Is it the top, is it the last? I'll let you guys know. So first of all, let's talk about this score. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. And you may say, oh, you're just an Uncharted fan and you're a Naughty Dog fanboy or whatnot, but I'm not the only one giving this game this score, and that is an absolutely perfect, the most deserving 10 out of 10 I can give it. More than Ratchet and Clank, more than Bloodborne. If I was only ever going to be able to give a game 10 out of 10, it would be Uncharted 4. It's amazing, it's great, and I just think if you have a PlayStation 4, it's very hard to do a review, but it's not not as hard to play it. Get yourself a PlayStation 4. If you've got one, play it. Get this game. If you don't have the money, you don't have a PlayStation 4 or whatnot, watch the gameplay on YouTube. It's just a great game, and I cannot recommend this game highly enough to anyone. And yeah, 10 out of 10. Now, should you buy it? Absolutely, you should buy this game. Support Naughty Dog, play this game, have fun. It's got everything. If you want a great single player, it's got it. If you want a funny trophy list, it's got that. If you want a lot of throwbacks to older games, it's got that. If you want a fun multiplayer, it's got that. So it's got everything in the game that you could want, and ultimately, I couldn't ask for any more. But I'm going to say this. Compared to the other Uncharted, it's the best one, in my opinion, without a shadow of a doubt. The story's better, the gameplay's better, the locations, there's more locations. It's the longest Uncharted, best trophy list, and in my opinion, the best online. Uncharted 2 does come very close, and possibly better, depending on another day. But as the whole package goes, without a shadow of a doubt, in my opinion, Uncharted 4 is the best Uncharted, and yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Now, I'm going to say this, simply because of the location, the characters, and the world, I'm going to have to give The Last of Us. Still is my favourite game of all time, but it's damn close. I didn't think Uncharted would come close, to be honest with you. I thought it would be... It's a great Uncharted game, possibly the best Uncharted game, but it's not going to be anywhere near The Last of Us. But it's damn close, and it was very hard to think about this. It took me 2 days of thinking of like which is better, which did I prefer in the moment. But just the character, I guess The Last of Us took me more by surprise of how great it was, and yeah, I mean, that's all I can say. But certainly an amazing game. So let me know, guys, down below. Did you enjoy Uncharted 4? 2, are you going to get it? If not, and 3, what's your personal review? Is it a 9? Is it a 10 like myself? Let me know. And yeah, until next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already. And I'll catch you guys in a new video very soon.